The Bermuda Triangle, this mysterious zone located in the western part of the North Atlantic, has always been shrouded in an enigmatic veil. It is formed by connecting the British Bermuda Islands, Miami in Florida, USA, and San Juan in Puerto Rico, covering an area of 400 square miles. Its name originates from the disappearance of the U.S. Navy's Flight 19 in 1945. At that time, this flight team suddenly disappeared during training, and the planned flight route was a triangle. Hence, the area became known as the Bermuda Triangle or the Devil's Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle has become synonymous with mystery due to numerous inexplicable disappearances. Aircraft and ships often vanish without a trace here, leading to various supernatural speculations. According to incomplete statistics, since the 1930s, there have been more than 40 incidents of aircraft crashes and shipwrecks, resulting in nearly 2,000 fatalities. For instance, in 1918, the USS Cyclops, a naval collier, set sail fully loaded with ore and disappeared without a trace while passing through the Devil's Triangle. Additionally, in December 1945, 5 bombers disappeared while on a training mission near Bermuda, and a naval seaplane sent to search for them also vanished. These incidents have filled people with fear and curiosity about the Bermuda Triangle, sparking various speculations about time, space tunnels, aliens, underwater UFO bases, and other supernatural phenomena. However, the truth behind these mysterious events remains an unsolved mystery to this day. In 1492, when Columbus led his fleet through the Bermuda Triangle, he noticed strange readings on his compass. Subsequently, the calm sea suddenly changed, with violent winds and huge waves like mountains crashing towards the fleet. All navigational instruments on board failed instantly, and with no reference points in sight, Columbus was disoriented. Unable to discern the direction, Columbus had to rely on his rich nautical experience to command the fleet to fight against the wind and waves. After several days and nights of struggle, the fleet barely escaped death and left this sea of death. Afterwards, Columbus detailed this thrilling encounter in his logbook, and he also discovered the compass no longer pointed north, but was deflected 60°E towards the northwest. He also first observed the meteorological anomalies in this area, such as rapid and unannounced climate changes, accompanied by fierce tropical storms. In 1840, the French sailing ship Rochdale was sailing in the Bermuda Triangle and then disappeared without a trace. The military launched a large-scale search, and a few weeks later, the ship was found in the Bermuda Triangle waters, but the people on board had mysteriously vanished, leaving only an empty ship. Some speculated that pirates had raided them, but this theory was quickly questioned, as if it were pirates, who would they only take people and not the supplies on the ship? Additionally, in 1872, the American merchant ship Mary Celeste also experienced a bizarre incident in the Bermuda Triangle. The ship, loaded with industrial alcohol, set sail from New York to Italy with the captain and his family on board. During the voyage, when discovered by another ship, everything on board was intact, but there was no one. Upon investigation, it was found that 9 barrels of industrial alcohol had leaked. A lifeboat was missing, and the compass and clock were damaged, with the specific cause unknown. In 1963, the American oil tanker SS Marine Sulphur Queen suddenly disappeared while passing through the Bermuda Triangle. At that time, the ship was equipped with advanced navigation and communication systems, but it lost contact with the outside world without any signs. Afterwards, a large-scale search was conducted, but no traces of the oil tanker were found. On December 5, 1945, the U.S. Navy's flight team suddenly disappeared while conducting training in the Bermuda Triangle. That day, 5 TBM, Avenger, torpedo bombers with 14 pilots took off from the Naval Air Station in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for a simulated bombing training. The original plan was to take 3 hours, and the planes carried enough gasoline for a 6-hour flight. However, during the flight, the sky suddenly changed, and the planes flew into thick clouds, accompanied by strong winds and rain. The compass of the leading team captain, Taylor, failed first, followed by the plane's navigation instruments and dashboard. Taylor led the flight team towards the Atlantic, and the radio signals began to be unstable. Eventually, Flight 19 lost contact with the ground. The U.S. Navy immediately dispatched a large number of search and rescue ships and planes, but neither the 5 Avengers nor the 2 Martin flying boats and the bodies of the 27 pilots were found. The complex underwater terrain and crisscrossing currents form huge whirlpools, which may cause ships to sink. The Bermuda Triangle, located in the southeast of the North American Florida Peninsula, has a very complex underwater topography. The vast continental shelf extends to the deep sea, surrounded by the nearly 10,000-meter deep Puerto Rico Trench and the over 10,000-meter deep basin, and there is the relatively enclosed Gulf of Mexico surrounded by the peninsula. Moreover, in the northern deep basin, there are the Bermuda Islands, which shield the Caribbean Sea, causing the Bermuda mid-ocean currents to crisscross and change unpredictably, forming one huge whirlpool after another, more than 1,000 meters deep. Any ship is tiny in front of such whirlpools, and once trapped, it is difficult to escape the fate of sinking. Infrasound is active and can damage people and ships. The Bermuda Triangle region is the most active area for infrasound. When the frequency of infrasound is around 6 Ches, it can cause fatigue, anxiety, and restlessness. When the frequency is 7 As, the human heart and nervous system resonate with the sound waves, and the amplitude increases until the body's organs are torn apart. Strong infrasound can cause people to suffer from pain to death, and can cause ships to crack and planes to disintegrate. For example, a tiger's roar before hunting can produce infrasound of 18 Hg, causing prey to panic and even faint. The mystery of the continuous accidents in the Bermuda Triangle may be due to the effect of wave oscillation produced infrasound on the crew, causing them to become mentally confused or even die, thus losing control of the plane or ship and causing accidents. Sunlight focuses on whirlpools to produce high temperatures, which can melt or explode planes and ships. A medium-sized whirlpool can be regarded as a concave mirror. When sunlight shines on the whirlpool, the focus can produce very high temperatures. In the Bermuda Triangle, there are countless such whirlpools. When shining on a whirlpool with a diameter of 1 kilometer, the temperature can reach tens of thousands of degrees. Such high temperatures can instantly melt or explode planes and ships. Earthquakes trigger the release of flammable ice, reducing the buoyancy of seawater, causing ships to sink and planes to explode. When intense earthquakes occur underwater, underground, blocky flammable ice is turned over. We all know that the main component of flammable ice is methane. A large number of bubbles rise to the surface, and the pressure reduction causes them to vaporize rapidly, reducing the density of seawater, and the buoyancy will decrease. If a ship happens to pass by at this time, it will lose buoyancy and sink to the bottom of the sea. If a plane happens to pass below it, the plane's engine will immediately burn and explode when it encounters methane gas. Abnormal geomagnetic fields interfere with navigation, causing planes and ships to crash. The reason why planes and ships disappear in Bermuda is related to the abnormal geomagnetic field in the area, which is related to the action of the sun and the moon. The interaction between the moon and the sun causes ionization of magma deep in the crust of the triangle area, resulting in abnormal magnetic fields in the triangle area. Strong and strange magnetic fields will interfere with the normal navigation of planes and ships, causing various instruments to fail, planes and ships to crash, and the turbulent water will take the crashed planes and ships to any corner of the ocean. This is also one of the reasons why we cannot find any wreckage. In June 1965, A military plane suddenly disappeared while flying over Bermuda. All crew members were killed, and at this time, an American spaceship was traveling in space above the area. The spaceship's camera captured an unidentified flying object similar to a flying saucer, and there were tentacles around the saucer, which may have been taken away by aliens. A small number of scientists insist on the extraterrestrial visitor theory, believing that the mysteriously missing planes and ships are the work of extraterrestrial visitors. A Douglas-type passenger plane disappeared without reason from New York to Florida in 1955. At that time, it was believed that all the crew and passengers of Pan Am Flight 914 were killed. 35 years later, they appeared at Caracas Airport in South America, and when they returned home, they found that their relatives were 35 years older, and they had only flown a few more hours on the plane. Scientists believe that at a time, space tunnel was produced under special circumstances, and the plane flew in another time and space, causing their time to slow down. The closer the plane is to the speed of light, the slower the time, which is very consistent with Einstein's theory of relativity. The unique geological structure of the Bermuda Triangle is the main reason for the formation of huge whirlpools. Due to the unique geological structure of the Bahamas, the sandy soil here is replaced by underwater caves. Occasionally, when the tide passes through here, it will produce whirlpools. The formation of these whirlpools is related to the Coriolis force. Medium-sized whirlpools are produced in the Bermuda Triangle area due to the Coriolis force, with a radius of 20 to 40 kilometers. The direction of the whirlpools is clockwise and counterclockwise. The central temperature is cold and warm. The central sea surface is low and high, and the rotation speed ranges from a few centimeters per second to tens of centimeters per second. They appear and disappear, and their appearance is unpredictable. Although scientists have found the reasons for this phenomenon, there are still rumors about the existence of a time-space door in the Bermuda Triangle. In fact, these whirlpools will not affect large ships because their scale is relatively small and the stability of large ships is relatively high. However, for small ships, once trapped in the whirlpool, there may be a risk of sinking. The blue holes in the Bermuda Triangle present a pure blue color, looking very beautiful, but they are hiding dangers. These deep caves, formed due to their great depth, have been found by scientists using advanced scientific instruments to be more numerous than imagined. Most whirlpools also appear around blue holes. Locals believe that large octopuses and other creatures live here, which is why they drag ships straight down. But it is directly related to the huge attraction of the blue holes. The depth of the blue holes gives them a strong attraction, and the water nearby will be drawn into them, forming whirlpools. If a ship is close to a blue hole, it may be drawn into it, leading to sinking. In addition, the depth of the blue holes also makes them a mysterious place, and scientists know very little about the inside. Hutchison, as an avid explorer of unsolved mysteries, has long conducted various related experiments on his own ideas. He tried to prove that electromagnetic fields can collide with each other and produce various disturbances to reality itself. In these experiments, electromagnetic fields can make objects levitate, fly out of the water, and start to shine. Hutchison himself believes that similar things may have their value in some special places, such as the Bermuda Triangle. Although there are currently some segments recorded by cameras about the Hutchison effect, some people still doubt the authenticity of this theory. The connection between the Hutchison effect and the mysterious phenomena of the Bermuda Triangle is that there may be special electromagnetic fields in the Bermuda Triangle area that can interfere with nearby radio equipment and even make various objects float in the air. This special electromagnetic field may be one of the reasons for the disappearance of planes and ships in the Bermuda Triangle area. The legend of underwater cities in the Bermuda Triangle has a long history. In 2001, marine engineer Zaleski and her husband Winzig decided to use imaging robots to dive into the sea of the Bermuda Triangle to explore the truth. And as a result, they discovered a city-like building. After going through a large amount of information, experts believe that this underwater city is the legendary Atlantis. It is said that 15,000 years ago, it was the most technologically advanced country on the Earth's continent. Then, could the mysterious disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle be related to this ancient city? However, there is also controversy about this legend. Some scientists believe that these so-called buildings may just be naturally formed geological structures, not man-made buildings. Further research has shown that these structures have no possible cavities except for the bedrock, which completely rules out the possibility that they are part of a building. In addition, researchers have observed these structures up close and have never found any signs of bricks and stones on the rocks. But in any case, the legend of the underwater city still adds a layer of mystery to the Bermuda Triangle. The mysterious phenomena of the Bermuda Triangle have always attracted the attention and exploration of countless people. From the early historical records to the various bizarre events in modern times, the Bermuda Triangle seems to be shrouded in a mysterious veil. Although many scientific explanations have provided us with some possible directions, they still cannot completely unveil the mysterious veil of the Bermuda Triangle. In terms of natural factors, the complex underwater terrain of the Bermuda Triangle, active infrasound, high temperatures produced by sunlight focusing, the release of flammable ice caused by earthquakes, and abnormal geomagnetic fields may all cause accidents of planes and ships to varying degrees. However, whether these factors can fully explain all the mysterious events still has doubts. For example, in some disappearance events, there are no obvious signs of the role of natural factors, or in some cases, the impact of natural factors seems insufficient to cause such serious consequences. In terms of supernatural speculations, although alien base interference and the time-space tunnel hypothesis are full of imagination, there is currently a lack of conclusive evidence. Although there are some UFO sightings and events similar to time travel, these may be coincidences or misunderstandings. Moreover, even if there are aliens or time-space tunnels, it is difficult for us to determine the inevitable connection between them and the mysterious events of the Bermuda Triangle. The huge whirlpools, blue holes, Hutchison effect, and underwater cities in the Bermuda Triangle also bring more challenges to our exploration of the truth. There may be more unknown scientific principles hidden behind these phenomena, requiring further research and exploration. For example, although the Hutchison effect has a certain performance in experiments, there is still controversy about its authenticity and actual role in the Bermuda Triangle area. The legend of the underwater city is fascinating, but there is currently no conclusive evidence to prove its existence. In summary, although there are many mysterious events and scientific explanations in the Bermuda Triangle, further research by scientists is still needed. There may be both the role of natural factors and unknown scientific principles waiting for us to discover behind its mystery. We need to maintain a scientific attitude and methods, continue to explore and research in the hope of lifting the mysterious veil of the Bermuda Triangle as soon as possible.